I think mushrooms, the big thing you learn at first is patience, because you can't make them grow any faster than the way they already grow. Fungi are extremely resilient beings, and starting a business in mycology teaches you how to be resilient. But we've had 6 mass extinction events in Earth's history, according to our current knowledge. Fungi have survived every single one. We have yet to survive a single one. If you judge it just biologically, the point of life is to survive and procreate. You would say fungi are far more intelligent than human beings. I tend to believe that. My name's Sam Blackstone. I'm the founder, owner, operator, CEO, I call it Chief Extraction Officer of Mindfull Mycology, and we are a medicinal mushroom farm, supplement company, and extraction company in Dawsonville, Georgia. When I looked at the medicinal mushroom market, there was a lot of shady, ineffective products. Basically, companies would cut out all the hard parts, do the easy parts, and sell you that. I knew if you just made a good product with a good ethos, you would immediately be better than 90% of the companies. And by better, I mean just a better product. I don't mean you'd make more money, but people are going to notice. I started this company in 2021, but I've been working with mushrooms for 6 years, since 2019. We grow medicinal or functional mushrooms in a farm, and then we have a state licensed, FDA licensed lab where we then put these mushrooms through extraction processes with, easy way to say is fancy lab equipment, and try to extract the medicinal compounds, put them into our products, and then people take them as a daily supplement. I wanted to take these products myself. That's how I kind of got into it. It just became me creating products, giving it to friends and family, and then eventually I just had so much, I decided, I should get a logo and make a company name, just like do a little bit. Still thought it would be a side kind of gig, and then now it's all I do. What really sets us apart is we grow the mushrooms, we extract the mushrooms, and then we have all the licensing documents and testing. The main thing is we control the entire process. That is what I'd say 5% of companies in the industry actually do. When you run a business, you learn that you can lie your way through business. No one's looking over my shoulder when I write an email or an ad or some marketing copy and I make claims. No one's making sure and ensuring those are true. So it really comes down to you. I just think of it like, if I lied my way to become a multimillionaire and I was laying in bed at night, how would I feel about all that? It would just feel worthless. So it's really just that value of honesty, transparency that then just influences every decision. So I'm not gonna cut corners, I'm not gonna buy mushrooms from somebody else and say I grew them myself. It's pretty much through the entire process it influences it. What I always sought to do was just make something and have a product in a company where I can answer every question that other companies may not want to answer or don't answer. And any question they ask is not off limits. I want to give you the information. I also want to give you the tools so that you can go suss out the information. I don't expect you to just take me at face value. It always just comes back to transparency. It always comes back to just this value of know what you're buying and know the person you're buying from. Just because they told you something doesn't mean it's true. Go do your own research and come to your own conclusions. The production process of growing mushrooms is really, you need to start with mycelium, the root structure of fungus, then expand that onto grains, which are sterilized. Once you have the grains that have been eaten by mycelium, that's when you make the grow kit. As far as the extractions, you have the mushroom that you grew. You dry it, you grind it to increase surface area, so you get into like a powder, and then you load it into whatever, there's different machines you can use to do the extraction, from like a big double broiler. You can use glassware, you can use ultrasonic sound waves to break the cell wall. So with the extractions, it's kind of more choose your own adventure and choose what you believe in and choose what the test results show is the best method. With growing mushrooms, it's kind of a tried and true method that we do. That's always the challenge with extraction, is just how do I make this better, 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 and how do I make sure that what I'm doing is better. Right now we grow lion's mane, cordyceps, and reishi. We forage turkey tail, because I'm a certified wild mushroom identifier. And then we have Mycology, the last one. Lion's mane people take for clarity, focus, memory, cognition. That's the one people go to for Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, dementia. Reishi, that is the most well-studied medicinal mushroom. It's been used for a couple thousand years. Because it's so well-studied, the list of benefits they found are just innumerable. You want to take a medicinal mushroom just to improve your health and wellness, that's the one you can probably take. It also helps people with anxiety and sleep, so a lot of people, as far as a tangible benefit they feel, that's the one they feel with reishi. Cordyceps improves energy, stamina, it improves VO2 max, which is the efficiency with which your body utilizes oxygen in your blood. So it's used by endurance athletes, it really helps with people's libido, it's antiviral, it's great for respiratory health. People have gotten off of caffeine by increasing cordyceps intake. With lion's mane, my clients have gotten off ADHD and ADD meds, so it gives you an idea with that. Turkey tail is really gut health, but really what it is anti-carcinogenic. So there's a compound in it that's an approved anti-cancer drug in Japan, and a lot of people use it alongside chemotherapy. It really helps make chemotherapy more effective at targeting the cells that you want to kill, and it helps reduce tumors. And then the last one, Mycology, is really about blood sugar, blood pressure, and blood cholesterol modulation. It's hard to believe that I make a product that can do that. I'm still a skeptic at heart. I'm skeptical about everything, even myself, you know. So like when I hear that kind of feedback, I have to sit down and like breathe for a minute and try to process it instead of just being like, okay, yeah, sure, you know, but really believe it because people really believe it and they give it to me, and that's really the fuel that will keep me going. I'm running a farm and I'm running a lab, and I'm largely running it myself. It's a very isolating, solitudinal practice. It's just really nice to get out there and meet a bunch of people, customers, and just people interested in mushrooms, and just people, they don't even have to be interested in mushrooms. Seeing what questions people have, where they come from with mushrooms, hearing their health concerns, hearing their stories of either trying mushrooms or not, other things they've tried, natural remedies or big pharma remedies. The biggest part is just getting face-to-face interaction with people and then understanding them better. You know?
Delicious. Yeah, I will do mint ginger lemonade.
I think with anything, no matter mycology, biology, writing, it could be anything. Stay curious, right? Don't be too sure of yourself. Be open to being wrong. It's actually more fun to be wrong a lot of the time. That's how you learn. For business, it can be what's going to make me money versus what's going to be the right thing to do. My biggest excitement is what's the right thing to do and maintain my value. That excites me more than a big sale. Like that's just how I'm built. As far as the community so far, really, I'd say 90% of what we do and what I do is education. You can buy our products, you cannot buy our products. Whatever you buy a good product. It doesn't have to be ours. Because the more good products people buy in this industry, the more those companies do well, and the less the shady companies do well, so they fall by the wayside. I built a company where I said, I know where this industry is going in 10 years, 15 years, and I know what the standards will be once people are educated and they demand a good product. I want to be there now to help drive the industry forward. It's not a salesy booth, it's really education, and I travel to a lot of conferences, conventions, mycology societies, nature centers, state parks, and I give a lot of talks. We also do workshops on our property where people come. The favorite thing that I get out of business is how hard it is. It's a weird thing I wouldn't have said it a few years ago, but it's not just the growing or like just the day-to-day minutia of the tasks I need to do. It's the difficulty of running a business by yourself, which would for many people be like, that's my least favorite thing. And it is oftentimes my least favorite thing at the same time, but it's, you know, two sides of the same coin. I have had to grow so much in the last few years to be able to keep doing this. And I've had so many chances and opportunities where I could give up. And I haven't. Whether this fails in the future or I decide I don't want to do it again or I continue with it, I'm not tied to either outcome. I'm just happy to go along with the journey, but I'm going to be fine because I've proven to myself through a lot of difficulty that I can get back up. That's really my favorite thing, is just what it's taught me about life and how to be resilient. Yeah.